So, bringing yourself onto your mats. Just make sure that you've got enough physical space around you to actually do the class, so you're not going to crash into walls or windows. Give yourself a little wiggle. Maybe you start to draw circles with your chest. Just get a little bit of movement into your body. I just like to loosen up a little bit before I start. And you're very welcome to lift your hips off the mat here. There's no real rules here. We're just getting out any little excess bits of energy that you might have. Just loosen up a bit before we start. Maybe give yourself a little shoulder wiggle. Do whatever feels good for you. And when you feel like you've got out all of those little extra bits of energy, bring your palms onto your knees facing up towards the sky and drop those shoulders down. And let's take a nice deep inhale. Closing your eyes. And exhale, navel to spine. And inhale. And exhale. So focusing in on your breath and start to slow it down, slowing your body down, slowing your breath down. Maybe you pause for a second at the top of your breath, always teaching yourself to breathe that little deeper. Use the full capacity of your lungs. Inhale. And exhale. And as you inhale, feel yourself lifting up through the spine, sitting tall, dropping the shoulders down, lengthening upwards, but grounding down through your sit bones. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And as you inhale, start to push out all your outside distractions, thoughts, and worries. Allow yourself to get rid of anything that isn't serving you in this moment. Anything you did before or need to do after, just move it to the side for now. This is your time. It's all about you. And maybe take an imaginary broom if you need a visualization to just sweep the mind clear of any clutter, any wandering thoughts, anything you don't want there. Leaving it empty and calm. And just check in with those key tension points that we tend to hold tension and stress in. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears so the neck grows long. Shoulder blades gliding down your spine, allowing you to lift. Feeling light, but also grounded. Head light and facial features soft, so we're letting go of any tightness or tension. Letting go of any frowning that we might be doing unnecessarily, and just allow your face to become neutral. Unlocking your jaw and unclenching the back teeth. Draw the tongue down away from the roof of the mouth. And slightly pointing that tongue out. Like a little puppy. If you think you look silly, it's fine. No one else can see you. And just keeping that heart center open. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Just tune into this feeling of being completely light but grounded on your mat, letting go of those tension points. Let's try and allow our breath, our deep breath, to just push us through each asana. And try and keep this feeling of being light but grounded throughout the class. Let's start with a little bit of mobility. Draw your chin towards your shoulder, it doesn't matter which one, and gently roll the head from side to side. Loosening up, and if you want to progress that into a full neck roll, then by all means do. Remember to send it both ways. So when we do these smaller asanas at the beginning, these little bits of mobility and movement, you can keep your eyes closed if you want to. Just mobilizing the neck. Gently bring yourself back to center. You can turn your palms around now to bring them down onto your knees and roll deeply up to your ears, down your spine. Up to your ears, down your spine, deep shoulder rolls. So really starting to get into that shoulder girdle, really indulge in that roll, up to your ears, down your spine. And then just do one at a time. So we'll do the right shoulder first and then the left, right, and then left, and then forward, right, and left, and right, well done, and left, really nice. And interlace those fingers at the front. Make a circle shape with your arms. So imagine that you're hugging like one of those big yoga balls. Pulling your shoulder blades apart at the back. Drop your chin to your chest and really feel the feeling of your shoulders spreading apart. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale, start to push up towards the sky, pushing the ground away, pushing the sky away. And we're going to start to hinge across to the left, so stretching the right side of the body. And you can take your left hand to your right wrist and gently pull on that right wrist, getting a stretch from your hip all the way to your fingertips. Make sure those bum cheeks stay glued down onto the mat. So if you feel like your right hip is lifting, just pull yourself out of that stretch a little bit. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale, reaching all the way across. Feel as though you're trying to add inches onto that side of the body. One more breath here. Gently bring yourself back to center and switch hands. So your right hand comes to your left wrist, hinging to the right, stretching the left. Bum cheeks glued onto the mat, so make sure they're not lifting. Stretching from the hip to the fingers, a nice lateral stretch down the left side. Make sure that neck stays long, shoulders away from the ears, and gently pull. Lengthening and reaching, inhale. And exhale. Really nice, inhale. And exhale, gently bring yourself back to center. Take those arms out on either side. Give those wrists a wiggle, give those fingers a wiggle, and then reach the arms behind, opening the heart center and pulling those shoulder blades together like chicken wings. And if you want to get even deeper into your shoulders, you can start to hinge at the hips, bring yourself forward and lift those arms up above your head. And breathe, inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Feel that stretch as you're trying to pull those arms up above your head. And give me one more deep breath here. And gently bringing yourself back to seated. Let's take a little twist through the spine. Take your right hand behind you like a secondary spine. Left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. Sit up nice and tall as you inhale. Exhale, push that knee away and twist. Gazing all the way behind you. Inhale. And exhale. So when we twist, we're compressing the organs and allowing any toxins to be released. So when we let go of a twist, we're allowing fresh blood to run through our organs. Gazing all the way behind you. Really feel that twist in your spine and your shoulder girdle. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, gently back to center. Other side, left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, push that left knee away. Now with your right hand, gazing all the way behind you. Keep your neck long, your shoulders down, and try not to collapse into that back arm. Keep it nice and solid. It's just acting as a kind of stilt. So try not to lean on it. Just use it as a secondary spine. Keeping you nice and upright. Push that knee away. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Give me one more breath here. Gently bring yourself back to center. Take those hands in front. Bring yourself into an all fours position on your mat. Stacking your joints, knees under hips. Wrists under shoulders. Really nice. So just push down through your palms into your little fingers and really feel like there's energy coming out of your knees, the tops of your feet and your hands, almost like you're about to lift off away from the mat. Really pushing down and breathing here. Keep that back nice and straight to begin with. Core engaged. Inhale. And if you want to, you can tuck those toes under, lift your knees. Well done, really nice. And give me 5, 4, 3, push back into your heels, core engaged, feel that engagement in your glutes and your core. 3, 2, and 1, untuck the feet. And just drop your navel to the floor, gaze up to the sky in your cow pose, opening your heart center. Exhale, shoulders spread, crown of the head towards the floor. And inhale. And exhale. So start to get that movement into your body. And if you like this mobilizing of the spine, your cat-cow, by all means continue here. If you want to get your own movement going, get a little bit weird, get into your whole body, then by all means start here. So just giving yourself whichever little part of your body you feel like needs to be woken up, get into all those nooks and crannies. And if you are interested in doing something for your arms and your shoulders, you can do circles with your body. You can turn your hands around, so you're stretching out your wrists. Bit of an acquired taste, this one, but it's good if you're ever working on hand balances. Feel free to come all the way forward into your cobra if you want to. Push you back into a downward dog. You can reach your hands out, come up like little spiders. Giving yourself a little wiggle. Maybe you want to just draw a figure of 8s with your hips. Maybe you want to get your neck involved. Whatever you're doing, I want you to keep that breath flowing. Use the breath to move you into all those positions. Really nice. And just feel how good it feels to just get that little bit of mobility into each corner of your body. It doesn't even have to be that much. You can just do a slight movement if that works for you. Really, this is your chance to just do whatever you want to do. Get as weird as you like. And it's good because practicing from home means you really can just do the weirdest things. And let's take 2 more breaths here. Give me inhale. And exhale, well done. Inhale. And exhale, really nice. Take a deep breath, sit your bum onto your heels and bring yourself into a kneeling position on your mats. So if kneeling is just not in your practice, then that is no worries at all. You feel free to take a seated position if that works better for you. I just always feel like we're a little bit more upright when we're kneeling, and it's much better for certain postures. So we're just going to stretch out our shoulders a little bit more, stretch out our shoulders and our arms. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to take a deep breath, raise your right arm up towards the sky, and as you exhale, bend the arm and place that right palm between your shoulder blades. Take your left arm now and bending it upwards, so you're trying to meet that right hand. And the aim is that you're trying to get the fingers to touch. So if they don't, if you're about here, that's no worries at all. Just with every exhale, try and trickle those fingers a little bit closer together. You can also use anything as a strap, a tie, a piece of fabric, a t-shirt, a pair of tights, a sock. If your fingers are touching, try and get them to a point where they can kind of hold themselves in position. And feel that stretch through the shoulders. This is your cow face pose. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And inhale, really feeling that stretch through the shoulders. And breathe one more time. Take a nice deep inhale, let go of the hands and bring the arms down on either side. Take a deep breath. We're going to take the other side now. Left arm's going to come up towards the sky and bring that palm down between your shoulders. Just give me 1 second. I've just noticed why my camera is so dark. And as you do that, you're going to bring your right arm up underneath and try and make the fingers meet. So one side might be a lot easier. One side you might feel like your fingers can touch, and the other side it might be harder. You tend to have one side that is always more flexible, more strong. Your dominant side is probably, well, with most people it's the side that they write with. And what we tend to do is we find a side that's more flexible, it's stronger, and we do a lot of things on that side really without meaning to. That's why it's really important that we stretch both sides equally, we work both sides equally just to try and even that out a little bit. Take a nice deep breath. And let go, bring those arms on either side. And now we're going to stretch the shoulders in the opposite way. So take that right hand in front of your face, spreading those fingers wide so your palm is in front in the center of your face. Left arm's going to come up underneath and wrap around the right arm. And you're going to try and bring your palms together. If they don't meet though, don't worry. So taking our eagle arms, and if they don't meet, just bring them to wherever they are. That's perfectly fine. Gazing at your hands, you're going to start to lift those hands up towards the sky, keeping those arms intertwined, maybe arching your back, the same movement that we might do for cat-cow. And exhale, curving under, bringing the arms down. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, and really feel that in your shoulders, in your arms. Inhale. Well done. And exhale. And inhale, lovely everybody. And exhale, feel those shoulders stretching at the back. Give me one more here. And exhale, well done. Take a deep breath, unwrap those arms and bring the arms down on either side. Take a breath. And then bring your left hand in front of your face, spread those fingers nice and wide. Take the right hand up and underneath and wrap the arms together. Trying to bring your palms together if you can. If not, no worries. Facing your hands, gazing at your thumbs. If you can, start to lift those arms. And exhale. And inhale. If at any point it feels like your feet are going dead in a kneeling position, you're very welcome to bring yourself into a seated position. And breathe, inhale. And exhale, well done. Feel those shoulders spreading as you curl under, and as you lift, feel them pulling together. And lower. We're going to go for 3 more. Give me 3. Lift. And lower, well done. Looking good. Lift. One of you is really nicely silhouetted and it looks so nice. And lower. And lift. And lower, well done. Really nice. Unlink the arms, bring the arms down on either side, take a breath. And you're going to bring your feet about hip width apart. Slide the hands along the mat and draw your chest down towards the ground, send those sit bones up. Legs parallel out behind you into your extended puppy pose. So gazing between your hands, your chest down, sit bones up. Feet and knees parallel out behind you. So we're stretching our shoulders, our chest, our abdomen, our arms. And the backs of our hamstrings as well. And if you want to get deeper into your shoulders, feel free to lift those fingers up like little spiders. Deep breath here, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, rock yourself forward into a forearms all 4 position. Take that right arm and reach it out in front. Take the left arm and post it underneath the right. Threading the needle, bringing your left ear to the mat and reaching those left arm underneath. So we're rolling onto our left shoulder, getting a nice deep stretch through the shoulder. Deep breath, inhale. Feeling a little twist in the shoulder girdle here. Deep inhale. And exhale. Well done, inhale. And exhale, pull that left arm out. Reach that left arm in front now. Right arm's going to come underneath the left. Roll onto the right shoulder. Deep breath, inhale. Twisting that shoulder girdle, bringing that right ear to the mat if you can, and really rolling onto your right shoulder. Deep inhale. And exhale. Feel those shoulders stretching. Give me one more deep breath here. Gently pull that right arm out. Bring yourself back into your extended puppy and pull yourself all the way along the mat. Take your Sphinx pose. So Sphinx, our forearms are down on the mat. Point your toes to engage your legs so that you're lifting your knees off the mat. We try not to forget about the lower half of our body in this stretch. So you'll feel that engagement in your glutes, your hamstrings, and your lower back. Pushing down through your palms, opening that chest and the shoulder blades down your spine. Engaging here, deep breath. And exhale, start to draw that right arm out to the side, bringing it in line with the mat and roll onto your right side. So we're going to stretch the right shoulder. This is a very intense shoulder stretch, so if at any point it feels a little bit much, pull yourself back into your Sphinx pose. Lift that left elbow, bring your left fingers onto the mat, and you can use that as kind of a lever. You can also use your left leg as a lever, so you can pull that left leg back, which pulls you deeper into the right shoulder. Rolling onto that right shoulder, keep that right ear to the mat. And if you want to get deeper still, bend the left knee and place the left foot flat. Deep roll into that right shoulder. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more deep breath. Gently roll yourself back to center, take your Sphinx pose. So engaging, point those toes, lift the knees for that engagement in the glutes and the hamstrings. Push down through the palms, shoulders down the spine, deep breath, inhale. Send that left arm out to the side, roll onto your left hip. Bring that right arm bent with your fingers up like a little spider. Rolling onto that left shoulder, and if you want to use your right leg as a lever, use it to pull yourself deeper. You can also bend the knee, place the foot flat, and really feel the deep shoulder roll. Again, if it's too much, one side might feel a little bit more intense than the other. Just pull yourself out and take your Sphinx pose. Deep inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Really, really push yourself into that stretch. Give me one more breath. Gently back to center, back to your Sphinx. And you can either stay in your Sphinx, or if you want to get a little bit deeper in to your shoulders, your spine, and your arms, you can push up into your Cobra pose. So you're drawing the palms back a little bit, getting a deeper stretch in that back. Remember, wherever you are, pointing those toes, lifting the knees, engaging that lower back, the glutes, the hamstrings. And let's add a little bit of movement. Again, it's optional. If you want to stay here without movement, by all means. Otherwise, you're going to inhale. Start to bring yourself forward. Exhale, lift. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Lovely. Last one. Exhale. Drop back into your Sphinx pose. We're going to take our locust pose, which is a really good one. It releases lower back pain. It's good for arms and legs strengthening. So gazing straight ahead, you've got three options here. Option number one, reaching back with your arms and lifting the head, the neck, the shoulders, and the arms. Giving yourself a little bend in the back. Option two, you lift the legs at the same time. Option three, you're going to bring those arms out in front in line with your ears. This is obviously the most hard one. Wherever you are, try and keep yourself nice and engaged. And if you're pregnant, please avoid this one. And let's go for 10, 9, keep that engagement. 8, 7, 6, breathe, don't hold your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your arms down by your side. Drop your left ear to the mat and gaze to the right. So we're just countering that stretch. And right ear to the mat, gaze to the left. And all that shoulder stretching that we've done is obviously building up to something, a nice deep one. So we're going to draw our heels in towards our bums. We're going to take our bow pose. Again, if this is a little bit too much for you, if it feels a bit intense, you can stretch one leg at a time. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and then you can decide. So you're going to bring your palms back to the outside of your feet. Gaze straight ahead, inhale. And as you exhale, lift up. Feel that stretch through the shoulders and the spine. Gaze straight ahead. Give me 5, 4, by all means, do one leg at a time. Make sure those feet stay nice and even behind you. 3, 2, well done. And one, gently drop down, arms down by your side, left ear to the mat, gaze to the right. So this just counters any deep back bend, deep shoulder stretches that we're doing. And right ear to the mat, gaze to the left. You might notice as well, when you do a deep back bend, like bow pose or locust, or wheel or camel, that your heart rate rises quite a little bit. So it's nice to do a little counter pose just to cool it down, calm it down a little bit. And then bring yourself back, gazing straight ahead. So we're going to stretch our shoulders out a little more. Draw your knees in towards your bum. Draw your heels in towards your bum. Take hold of your feet, but this time from the inside. So we're going to get deeper into our shoulders. And this is a little bit more intense than bow pose. It's a little bit more uncomfortable. So we're not going to hold it for very long. Gaze straight ahead, inhale. And as you exhale, lift. Same way, but with your arms on the inside of your feet. And give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down onto the mat. Left ear to the mat, gaze to the right. Well done. Right ear to the mat and gaze to the left. Gazing straight ahead. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders. And you're going to push up into your upward facing dog, lifting the thighs off the mat, tops of the feet down on the mat. So this is really good for your posture, good for arm strength. Make sure that you're not hyperextending those elbows, shoulders down. Gaze straight ahead, give me a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, tuck those toes under. Push up into your downward facing dog. First down dog of the day. You're very welcome to bend your knees here if you would like to. So what we're doing, we're pushing down through the palms into the outside of our hands, so our little fingers, very gently softening the elbows ever so slightly, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, and rotate the shoulders outwards. So try not to pull them into the center. If you rotate them outwards, that will stop you getting a rotator cuff injury. Make sure you've got a straight line from your tailbone all the way down to your hands, and your head is looking between your arms, drawing that navel in towards the spine. You can bend your knees if you want to, which puts less pressure on the hamstrings and the calves, but you're also very welcome to straighten them. If you can keep a straight back, then by all means do. Draw those heels down towards the mat, but it doesn't matter if they don't meet the ground. So breathing here, your down dog is really good for arm and shoulder strength. It's a bit of a powerhouse, this one. It stretches the calves, the arches, the hamstrings, the spine, the palms. It strengthens the arms and the shoulders. It's a bit of a one to re-energize and rejuvenate the entire body. Take a nice deep breath. And you're going to bring yourself forward into a plank position, wrists under shoulders. Make sure that body is nice and engaged, core engaged. Deep breath. And we're going to do little circles. So we're going to drop the knees down, but just hover them. Bum back towards the heels, push up into your down dog. And again, inhale, plank position. Knees, bum, down dog. So it's like a circle. Let's go again. Plank, knees, bum, down dog. Lovely. Plank, knees, bum, down dog. Plank, knees, bum, down dog. And plank, knees, bum, down dog. One more. Knees, bum, down dog. Well done. Push yourself all the way forward into your plank position again. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to put all of our weight into the left side and bring yourself into a side plank. Stack those hips. So if this is a little bit much, feel free to drop that bottom knee. Make sure wherever you are, shoulders stacked, arms, wrist to wrist is in a nice straight line. Can't talk today. Make sure that core is engaged. Really good for arm strengthening, really good for core. And we're going to do our little bow and arrow. So if you did my class before a couple of days ago, for the core one, you'll remember this. So what we're going to do is we're going to reach down towards our left wrist with the right, like we're pulling a bow all the way up, let go. And again, reach, take the bow, pull it all the way back, and fire. And let's go 4, and fire. 3, keep that core engaged, and fire. 2, and fire. And 1, and fire. Well done. Bring yourself back into that plank position. Take a deep breath.
And bring yourself over onto the right hand side, side plank. And if you want to drop that bottom knee, by all means do. Make sure that core is engaged, the wrists are stacked. You might find one side is a little bit harder than the other. Make sure those hips are stacked. Make sure wrist to wrist, straight line, shoulders stacked on top of each other. And when you're ready, let's do our bow and arrow. Reach with that left towards the right. Pull the bow. Let go and fire. And let's go 5. Let go and fire. 4. And let go. 3. Let go. 2. Let go. And 1. And let go. Bring yourself back into your plank position. And from your plank position, just going to switch sides again. You're very welcome to stay in plank. If you want to get a little bit deeper into your core, you can drop into your forearm plank. Make sure wherever you are, your body stays in a nice straight line. We're just going to do some little core burners, which are good for the shoulders and the arms as well. So you're going to push, find your edge and push back. Just that little movement. Let's do 5 of those. 5 and back. 4 and back. 3 and back. 2 and back. And 1 and back. Start to walk those feet into either your dolphin or your down dog. If you are in down dog, you're very welcome to stay there. But if you want to drop down into your dolphin pose, you will get a little bit more from the stretch. So you can either have your palms flat, forearms aligned, parallel like train tracks, or you can bring your hands together, interlace the fingers. So it's kind of like your down dog, but just way more intense. And what we're going to do here is going to stretch and strengthen the shoulders and the core. So I call them dolphin kisses. So what we do is we bring ourselves forward like we're going to kiss the mat and back. So if your hands are interlaced, you want to go past the hands. We're going to go 5 and back, 4 and back, 3 and back, 2 and back, and 1 and back. Drop the knees, bring the heels together, knees apart, forehead down onto the mat and reach those arms out. And breathe, inhale. And exhale. Well done, guys, really nice. And you're just going to walk yourself now into your upright kneeling position. And we're going to come up on our knees. So we're in a high kneel. We're going to take our camel pose, which is kind of like bow pose. It's a really good one for our shoulders and our spine. It's good for your posture. But camel pose is quite an intense back bend, so if at any point it feels a little bit too much, just bring yourself out the way that you came in. You want to make sure those knees are hip width apart, hips facing towards the front, feet and knees parallel out behind you. Bring your palms into the small of your back and start to look up towards the sky. And as you look up, you're going to start to push those hips forward. And maybe you stay here for now. Maybe that's where you're comfortable today. And maybe you want to drop those hands back onto your heels. Keep pushing the hips forward. Let the head roll the whole way back. Some people feel like deep back bends like this are quite restrictive to their breathing. So if you do feel restricted in any way, just come out the way you came in. Walking those hands up the spine and just take a child's pose. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk those hands back up, small of the back. Drop the bum back down onto the heels and reach your arms out in front, forehead down onto the mat, nice and slowly, and just let that heart rate calm down a second. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, push down through the palms, gaze straight ahead, tuck those toes under, push up into a downward facing dog. Really nice. Start to walk your feet about as wide as the mat and walk your hands back towards the feet. You're going to drop down into your malasana, your yoga squat, so you can give yourself a little wiggle around here if it feels a little bit like you need to open up. Bring your palms together and push those knees apart. So the reason that we're coming down here today when we're doing arms and shoulders is because we're going to try and take a little arm balance, a little crow pose. So if it's not in your practice already, don't worry. Crow pose, I think, is probably the easiest arm balance. And it's also, it's not too daunting, it's not too scary. So what we're going to do is you're going to bring your palms in front of you. I always like to start crow pose from Vinyasa. You're going to take your arms in front, your palms down onto the mat, and just lift up your bum, and you're going to try and pop your knees into your armpits. So try not to rest your knees on the outside of your arms. You want to try and pop them into your armpits. And start to lean forward, using those arms as a little table. And you can try 1 foot at a time to lift off the ground. Or if you think you can lift both at the same time, by all means do. You can try and hold for as long as you like. Maybe you only hold for a second, maybe you get 1 foot off the ground. Give it a couple of goes. And the other thing is, if you're feeling a little bit scared, dropping your head towards the mat, you can pop a cushion underneath. Well done, looking good, everyone. And try again to remember to keep those knees in the armpit. Try not to bring them to the outside of your arms so that you're using those arms as support on the outside. You want them kind of slotted in so you're more streamlined. And when you feel like you've had enough, bring yourself back into your malasana. Place your palms down on the mat, and you're going to uncurl. Bring yourself into your uttanasana, your forward fold. Heel toe those feet together. Bring your palms underneath your toes. So if you want to, you can bend the knees here. Never straighten the knees, straighten the legs if you feel like it's going to compromise the straightness of your back. It's much better to have bent knees and a straight back than the other way around. So always just soften the knees. I soften my knees in most poses that I can, just to put less pressure on the hamstrings. And start to draw the torso towards the thighs. So here you're getting a nice stretch through your shoulders and your spine. Take a deep inhale. We're also countering all of those bow poses and camel poses that we've done. Breathing into that stretch. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Untuck the hands. Make sure those feet are together, knees slightly bent. Bring those arms up in line with your ears. Take your chair pose. Core engaged. Tuck that tailbone under and put all of your weight in your hip sockets, knees behind the toes. Arms up. Deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Sinking into that imaginary chair. Engage that core. Keep the back nice and straight. Shoulders away from the ears. Deep breath, keep that neck long. Sit deeper. Well done, everyone. Take one more deep breath. Exhale back to your forward fold. And start to walk those hands forward along the mat. Bring yourself into your plank position, core engaged. And you can either push straight back up into your down dog, or you can join me for a vinyasa. Tuck those elbows in. Come down through chaturanga. Push forward, upward facing dog, and push back, downward facing, really nice. Slight bend in your knees, gaze straight ahead. Step, float, or jump between the hands into a seated position on your mat. Bring your feet in front of you, knees bent, and you're going to take your arms out behind you. So we're going to take our reverse plank, which is a good one for shoulders, it's good for arm strength. So you have options here. Option number 1, you can take a tabletop. So bring your feet to about hip width apart, knees bent, and you're going to lift those hips up towards the sky, keeping the knees bent. If you want to take your full reverse plank, you're going to straighten the legs. Deep inhale, and as you exhale, lift, keeping that body nice and aligned. And breathe. We're going to take 10, 9, well done. 8, keep those hips high. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently lowering down. Draw your knees into your chest, drop back onto your mat, and give yourself a little rock from side to side, Uttanasana. Release your spine. Bring your arms out on either side of you. Take your knees into a tabletop position and bring both knees over to the left. Gaze to the right. Give yourself a little supine twist. Well done. And then let's go back the other way, knees across to the right, gaze to the left. And then bringing yourself back to center. You're going to start to stretch those legs out, bring the arms up above your head. Reaching from one side of the room to the other. Pointing the fingers, pointing the toes, full body stretch. Imagine someone's got you by the fingers, someone's got you by the toes. You can't get away. And if you feel like you get cramped in this stretch and you're pointing your toes, try flexing them instead or vice versa. Reach. Put all of your physical tension into this stretch. Everything that I've told you not to do, do it now. Draw those shoulders up towards the ears. A million double chins. Screw that face up. Make the ugliest face you've ever made in your life. Tiny beady eyes, little tiny nose. Put all of your physical tension in. While you're here, chuck all that mental tension in as well. We're going to build it all up like a big old tension bomb and throw it back out into the universe. And it doesn't get rid of it forever, but it's nice to do that little release, and especially daily. Just try and get rid of a little bit of tightness or tension. Reaching. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5, 2 3/4, and 1. Let go. Bring the arms down by your side. Let the feet fall open and breathe in here. And exhale. So if you would like to grab blankets, socks, jumpers, cushions, whatever you need for Shavasana, feel free to have a drink of water or tea or whatever you need. I fully recommend taking Shavasana lying on your back, but it's completely up to you how you take it. It's your relaxation. On the other hand, if you don't want to take Shavasana, I know it's not for everyone. I will not be offended if you log off. If you guys want to pop on some music or dim the lights, then please feel free to do that as well. If you are pregnant, lying on your left hand side in a fetal position with a cushion between your knees. Find that nice space. Allow yourself to melt down into the mat. Palms open. Feet falling open. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Expand your abdomen, send all of that air down towards the bottom of your lungs, filling them like a glass all the way to the top. Exhale, reversing the breath, draw the navel in towards the spine. And again, inhale. And exhale. Take yourself back to where you were at the beginning of the class. No thoughts, no worries. Take that imaginary broom and sweep the mind clear of any clutter. Focusing in on that slow and steady rise and fall of your breath. Just check in with those tension points, making sure the shoulders are down away from the ears, feeling those shoulder blades melt down into the mat, allowing your neck to become long. Head light and facial features soft and gentle. No tightness or tension, no frowning. Jaw unlocked and tongue down away from the roof of the mouth. And with every breath, feel that inhale wash through you as though it's cleansing your body from the inside. And exhale, getting rid of anything not serving you, pushing it away. Focusing in on your breath, allowing that breath to guide you, allowing that breath to help you sink deeper into the mat, becoming one with the earth. Draw your attention towards your feet. Feel them fall open on the mat, each toe unraveling one by one.
Ankles, calves, knees and thighs becoming lightweight on the mat. All the way up to the base of the spine and feeling each vertebrae unravel, trickling down into the mat like water. All the way up to your shoulders and feeling them pull down away from the ears. Creating space for your neck to grow long. Soft face, light head. Softening the jaw. No thoughts or worries. Arms lightweight at your side with your palms open and each finger unraveling. Finally, take your attention to your chest and abdomen and allow that slow and steady rise and fall. That deep rhythm of your breath to gently guide you deeper into a calm sense of relaxation. Allowing you to sink into the mat, melting down into the mat. And as you lay here, allow yourself to just focus in on your breath and take these moments just for you. As you inhale and exhale. And start to wiggle the fingers and toes to draw awareness back into your body. Hug your knees into your chest and gently rock from side to side to release your spine on the mat. Bringing yourself all the way over onto the right hand side into a fetal position. And gently bringing yourself up to seated on your mats, palms on your knees, shoulders down, spine long. And take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, let out a deep sigh. And again, inhale. And one more time, inhale. And draw those palms together at your heart center. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your Monday evening. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. Namaste. And as always, if you guys do have any suggestions of things that you would like to do, feel free to drop me a comment and I will add it all to the list.